What's going on, fellas?
What up? You already know.
Let's go ahead and start the show off, right?
You see these feelings, I'm not catching. I'm a quest and feet, I just want it. Happiness. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go right. All I care for the night. Happiness. If I broke, now my business.
Welcome. UndR Podcast, episode 11. Thank you for joining us today.
Hold on.
Oh, they calling in the pick? The Rams calling in the pick?
Hey, bro, it be live out here.
Bowler, the Rams don't have a pick for like another week.
Well, I figured since you had to take the phone call that it had to be important. I'm just messing with you. Join us when you're ready. So the draft is going on right now. That's what's got everybody's attention going. Do you want to start us off?
Well, I'll tell you right now, live and direct, we just had a lot of stuff go down, like literally in the past 30, 45 minutes. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of the first time that something like this has gone in the draft. And this is really, I'm going to have a wrap-up point at the end of this, I promise you. But right now, we've just had some big blockbuster trades for some big-name receivers. Most of them are second-rounders on the end of their four-year rookie deals or, you know, situations where they're trying to free up cap space or whatever. But we're really starting to see the after effect of Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill and all them. This is some reckless stuff. So I'm gonna get myself together, and we can go ahead and introduce the man of the hour while I get this all organized.
I'd like to thank our guest today. His name is Mr. Blake Harris.
Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you?
I'm thinking, man, we've known each other at least since 2007, right?
Yeah.
So, well, 15 years. Went to obviously University of Missouri with these two gentlemen. Part of the large group of friends we call the Goons. Obviously, like I said, 15 years. So those of us who are still close, at least keeping up with each other, hey, it's a blessing to have friends for that long. Born and raised in St. Louis, moved around the country a little bit of the East Coast, a little bit of West Coast. So as far as sports is concerned, Lakers fan since the beginning, RIP Cobie. Rams fan since the beginning, but my beginning, they were in St. Louis. And then as I've gotten older, they went back to LA, but still a fan. Aaron Donald's still the best player in the league. And on a personal note, just like I said,
it's going to be a good episode.
Yeah, knowing these guys for as long as I have, you know, I'm gonna hear a couple things and might speak up, especially with Drew, as far as his fandom with the Kansas City Chiefs. Understanding
We just made our pick, so
did they put him on? Oh wait,
yeah, we just made our pick. So we traded the Patriots. We traded up to get the Patriots pick, and we got Trent McDuffie out of Washington, cornerback.
Oh,
so we're immediately addressing probably our biggest issue, and I'm fine with that. But continue, please.
So where do you
that's
stay?
great for y'all. Oh, I'm still living. Oh, go ahead, Bola. Ask the question. Sorry.
Where do you stay now?
So I'm back in St. Louis now.
Okay.
Back in the Central West End in St. Louis for people who hear this and know what the Central West End is. Back there. And right now, right this moment, I'm actually in Las Vegas celebrating my birthday. And I took probably the last couple hours because the time zone was so off. You said 10 or 10:15. And I was like, wait a minute. That's in 30 minutes, not an hour and 30 minutes. So I was over there at the draft or at the place where they're doing it right now. I had to hurry up and get back to my hotel room so I could set everything up for this. But this is this is exciting. It's crazy out here. It's fun though. Not to, no animosity. Everybody's drunk, having a good time.
That's what's up.
And yes, whatever you see on TV, I was just there. It's exactly like that.
Wow.
It's packed. I wanted to mess with Drew because I only saw like one or two straight up Chiefs fans. I didn't see very many shirts. I saw some Mahomes jersey, but I'm about to send this to Drew now. I saw one dude draped up, dripped out, all Chiefs. And
You know what you can find me in. So
Well, I have to ask Blake, what does it feel like to be a Rams fan, knowing that they left St. Louis?
You know what? Honestly,
Is it
I've had this
bittersweet?
conversation. I've had this conversation plenty of times, as you can imagine. Hey, one thing, they didn't go anywhere. They're still on TV. Two, I understand being upset about people leaving the community, or excuse me, a company leaving the community, but it's just, it's a football team, man. I mean, you know, there's fans of plenty of teams, other places. You know, in 15, 20 years, my kids aren't even going to remember that the Rams were there, and it's not going to matter anyway.
Wow.
I can still watch them on TV, and because it's not a St. Louis thing. They were in LA at first anyway. If the Cardinals or the Blues left, that's different because those teams started in St. Louis. You know, as they exist now, they started in St. Louis. So that's different. Oh, the Rams are always kind of a rental in St. Louis anyway. I wish they hadn't left. It'd be nice to go to NFL games on a regular basis without having to fly across the country or drive to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not a big deal. Like I said, most of what football is now is fantasy. Doesn't matter what team you pick, you're rooting for. Doesn't matter what city you live in. You can always do fantasy. And everything we're doing right now, I mean, we online. You know, I could be in Germany and still root for the Rams. So some people say I'm not loyal to St. Louis, and you know, whatever. It's a city. We all know what America really is.
Well, I gotta ask while you're
Yeah.
on that note, because I have a lot of friends from St. Louis. My wife is actually from St. Louis originally.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Cool.
Can you
How's that little girl doing? I gotta ask. How that little girl doing?
Oh, she's getting big, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. But my question is, can you see yourself leaving St. Louis?
Man, I'm looking at houses in Las Vegas. Right when I get done with this. Like seriously, like I'm talking to my aunt who does what do you call it, real estate out here. I'm looking.
I hear
The
you.
Packers. I'm sorry, guys. Live update. The Packers take Quay Walker. Quay Walker from Georgia. Excellent defensive player, but the Packers continue to not pick a wide receiver in the first round.
In the first round.
Right. I don't know. They just don't like Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah.
Is it the whole NFC North? Because the Lions just picked a dude who tore his ACL this season. Like
that was my favorite part because everybody was saying that Jameson Williams is going to go to the Chiefs, but as far as I'm concerned, the people who are trying to fight through an injury as well as their rookie woes
not first round.
They don't need to come to the Chiefs. I'm not trying to deal with that. So that's real cool. I'm happy about that one.
Hey, look at where we're at in the first round. Does Malik Willis get drafted the first round?
He's, as far as I'm concerned, I was for sure thought he was going to 20 to the Steelers, but they got Kenny Pickett. So
that was a political decision. Bold, you asked me something. Hold on. Oh, you said living in St. Louis. I'm honest, seriously. Like, I mean, I work for Coca-Cola. They're everywhere.
Oh, you work for Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I applied there.
Did you?
Yeah. I got the job offer. They weren't trying to pay me enough, so I was like, you know what, can't take the job. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that doesn't either. But so the short answer to your question is yes, but I'm telling you, like either here. I always used to think of LA, it sounds like a dream, but LA is really expensive, and the way Vegas is going right now. Yeah, man, I'll be out.
Speaking of which, you said you're a Lakers fan, right?
Yes.
So we'll start off with football since that's what's going on right now. Which team in LA do you love more? I know you're LA Rams, but which team?
You know what? You know why it's the Rams? Oh, you mean we're counting the Lakers?
No,
and the Chargers. You got all your teams in one spot.
Okay. So yeah. So of those, I mean, you know, I don't care about hockey. The Dodgers are historically good though. They got a long history. We know about Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, that was actually a couple weeks ago. Yeah, week and a half.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
But considering, counting them all, it's going to be the Rams for one reason. I've been to the most Rams games.
All right.
I've been to 2 Rams games as the LA Rams, and I went to more than I can count as the St. Louis Rams. So, yep.
You think they're gonna win it again this year?
Look at the AFC, man. The AFC got pretty much everybody except for the people on the Rams. Like, there's as far as the best that they're positioned in the league. All like the best. I don't know. Stafford's good. He's not close to the best. Most of the best except Aaron Rodgers. No, all the best except Aaron Rodgers are now in the AFC quarterbacks. So it's wide open if San Francisco can't figure that stuff out. Now it's interesting. Drew was talking about trades. The Cardinals just got Hollywood Brown from the Ravens. They lost Christian Kirk. That's interesting because evidently they're gonna keep Kyler. I don't know if they're gonna pay him or not. So I might not be able to write off the Cardinals like I was hoping. But aside from the Packers, I don't know anybody in the NFC to be scared of. So for that reason, I think they'll at least go back to the Super Bowl, unless it's like the Bills or the Chiefs and they just can't score with them. But even then, I don't know if that'll be a problem. So yes, I think the Rams have the best chance in the NFC of going back. But depending on who they go up against in the AFC, and it could always be the Chiefs. Hopefully, it's the Chargers. That would be a cool Super Bowl. But yeah, they should go back to the Super Bowl even if they don't win.
Okay. Do you think the Chargers will ever stop being quote unquote a little brother?
The other team, no, and that's what they are. I like them too. When I really first started getting into football, I love the whole AFC West. Mostly the Broncos at the time, because that's when they started really winning. It was when I was really paying attention. But I always paid attention to the Chargers, and then they got Tomlinson. Ever since then, I was paying attention to the team. That's my second favorite team is the Chargers.
He likes to bother me.
He
likes to bother me. That's
the best part of life, really, is when the Chargers beat the Chiefs. Like week 2, Drew. Week 2, we might need to do something live.
I think they said tonight is week 1, Thursday Night Football.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was week 2, Thursday Night Football.
Oh, okay, week 2. All right.
Yeah, it's week 2. So that night, you might need to do a live.
And it's at Arrowhead.
Right. Yeah. First round. Yeah.
So I look forward to
it.
So yeah, that's a fun part of life in football season. Mess with Drew about the Chargers, even just getting one. But yes, I think they're always going to be the smaller team. They don't like to spend a lot of money. They're small town. They have the small town mentality. Yeah, they will always be the other team. They'll be like even though the White Sox have been more successful lately, aren't they always going to be the other team in Chicago?
What? No, let's not do that. That's my squad now. Let's not do that. Don't do that.
Hey,
you talking to somebody who grew up on the north side of the White Sox fan, man. Let's not do that.
You grew up on the north side and you still
let's not do that. Matter of fact, I show you my wallet. I still got White Sox on my debit card. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, y'all lost today, 5-2.
That's how you feel, Bill?
You already know.
You gonna pull out the other shirt?
Oh,
how many shirts you got on, man? All the teams.
Bro,
the Bills are going offensive line.
I stay draped.
Okay. On another note, I know you're a dad yourself. How many kids you got now? I want to say 2.
Just 2.
Okay. Boy and girl?
One boy, one girl. Yep.
You done?
Yeah, man. I cut that off. I cut that off, so to speak.
Well, I guess my question for you is, what's your favorite part about fatherhood?
It's always fun to sit back and see one of them try to figure out the problem or just do something, and I'll see myself like I remember how I used to get, like, because I'm an only child, but I had a lot of cousins. We would always be over each other's houses, and we help. Like I helped one of them get on top of the refrigerator to get some cookies or something. You know what I mean? So it's funny to see them scheme, and I'm just like, man, they're doing the same schemes we used to do.
Wow.
That's the best part.
How
So
old are your kids?
my son will be 7 in August, and my daughter just turned 5 Tuesday.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's that age where they're asking a lot of questions.
Asking questions. I can't even ride with the windows down because they know the words to every song they hear.
Wow.
And yeah, so I gotta, check them and explain stuff. It's fun. It goes fast.
It does.
But while they're little, you give more time with them because they don't have anything else to do unless you do it for them. So I'm trying to enjoy that because they're both about to start playing sports. I feel like I'm even though I'll be there, they'll be closer to being on their own when it comes to going out and playing.
Real quick, I have to ask: are you gonna let your son or your daughter play football?
He likes football because I'm watching it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's actually best at basketball right now. He's like I said, he's only 7. I don't know. If he wants to play, I'll let him, and kind of see how he does. If I see that he's not even, because by peewee, if by middle school maybe he's not like standing out, I probably won't push him towards it. I won't make it a big deal. And then as far as my daughter, she's girly, so I don't think she would do anything too rough. Put her in a little girl's kids rather track and field program this summer.
Okay.
So we'll see what she gravitates
I
towards.
asked that question because I know me and my wife said we're not letting our kids play football until like maybe junior high or high school.
That's understandable.
All the injuries, the CTE and stuff like that happens. And I mean, it's everybody's decision to make, but I just think at such a young age, their bodies and their brains are so fragile. And I know it's not as tough as hard contact, but if you can prevent it, if they can do something else that they enjoy, I'm all for that, But you had mentioned that you wanted to touch on a topic that was dear to you before we started this. So I want to kind of just give you the floor to do that for a second before we get back to the draft.
Okay, so and I can be brief with it too.
Yeah.
So mental health awareness. I know a lot of people do consider mental health these days becoming more and more of a focus. And back in St. Louis, in my Masonic Lodge, that's Albert Holman Lodge number 179, St. Louis, Missouri. We are having a clothing drive for mental health patients at select few I guess shelters in St. Louis. The reason it's a select few is because there's certain programs and certain foundations. It's weird. It's like different acronyms that cover different places. So one of the brothers works for one of these places. They have a few facilities, and specifically for Black men. And I would say, I know it's controversial. I don't want to mess up your show, but I'll just say they are trying to make us lose our minds because there's a lot of stuff.
Good. Go ahead, bro.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I walked down the street today, and I'm seeing there's a lot of cops, as you can imagine, a lot of cops out here. I mean, extra because of what's going on with the draft. But I didn't see the guy bother anybody. It was just a homeless Black dude, had a hoodie on, was just sitting kind of in the middle of where people were. And I saw him talking to himself, and the police moved him out of the way. I think it was more they didn't want him to make anybody uncomfortable. But they just kind of threw him in a little ditch. And I was like, man, they didn't hurt him. He got back up and just sat there and smoked a cigarette. But still, they didn't try to help him. And I don't know if anybody ever feels helpless when it comes to a lot of these situations. That guy's the extreme example. But I don't know who's trying to help. I don't know who's trying to put us in a position to really get our minds right. And the effort we're doing for these clothes is just a small piece of the pie. There's so many things people need, but to be able to to meditate and get your mind right, find peace, things like that, it's gotten to the point where it's a cliche now, but we do need to focus on getting yourself together so that you don't lose your mind. There's so much, man. You got the war and stuff, you got the pandemic, everything. Everything's on TV, everything's on social media. We're seeing all of it. And too many people, it really is kind of driving crazy. So to be aware of finding that peace, and I'm focusing on Black men because we're Black men, but everybody needs it. But specifically us, because like I said, they are trying to make us lose our minds. So that's all. Like I said, I want to be as brief as possible. I know this is supposed to be about this particular.
Before you move on, if people that are in St. Louis want to donate to the drive, who should they contact? Is there a website, phone number?
There's no website right now. We are going to be at several events coming up, specifically the Shop Saturday at Hot Java Lounge. Man,
It's coming Saturday.
No, it's the 7th.
The 7th, okay. Right
at,
on.
4139 Manchester Road. I'm gonna be really impressed with myself if I got that right. 4193 Manchester Road in St. Louis, Missouri. We'll be there, and it's free to get in. There'll be vendor tables, but there will be a table collecting clothes for specifically house clothes, pajamas, and sweatshirts and stuff like that.
What time?
It's noon until. We'll be there all day.
All right.
Yeah. So there'll be a table collecting those clothes, and we'll be happy to have them. So anybody in St. Louis that's listening, if you can make it on the 7th, 4193 Manchester, we'll be there.
Appreciate that.
What is that? Cowboys always doing something weird.
So let's go ahead and talk about the draft.
Yeah.
You want to get into this, Drew?
Yeah, I'll kind of lead us through this because we're gonna have to navigate a little bit differently. Obviously the original plan was we was gonna do a little bit of pre-draft profiles between the Chiefs, Chargers, the Rams, and the Saints, which are kind of like my secondary team. You know what I'm saying? You know how invested I am in New Orleans. So
Yeah.
that's what we were gonna do, but we're just gonna kind of take it as kind of a live thing now, just because of what everything that's kind of transpired in the past, like
Couple hours.
2 hours, 45 minutes.
Yep.
So basically, the first couple picks kind of go a little bit different than people would have thought. You got Trayvon Walker going number 1, Aiden Hutchinson staying in the state of Michigan going number 2. You have Stingley getting chosen by the Texans at number 3, and then Sauce Gardner goes to the Jets at 4. Kayvon Thibodeau goes to the Giants at 5. We said what?
AJ Brown got $100 million
Yeah,
from the Eagles.
that was a little further down the draft.
Sorry, bro.
No. That's the thing. All of this stuff is live and direct. We've never really had an episode like this.
Okay.
Normally we kind of work on like a weekly structure, but stuff happening kind of like the day of. But it's good that we all get to do this. But yeah, the Eagles traded the Titans for AJ Brown. AJ Brown is going to sign a $100 million extension with the Eagles, and then the Titans drafted from Arkansas. I forgot his name.
Next Debo.
His draft profile was AJ
Treylon Burks.
Trayvon Burks, that's what his name is. So like Bowler, like literally what I'm saying is like, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Within 45 seconds, the Titans traded a dude away and then drafted a dude who's just like him and has been profiled to play just like him within 45 seconds. Yes.
Yeah. It says comp AJ Brown / Debo Samuel.
So like literally it's like, this is how the NFL has evolved. All that stuff, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, all that stuff from back then is really starting to carry over. This is a brand new wide receiver market in the NFL. I honestly haven't seen anything like this in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? 20 plus years of at least watching. And it's like this is crazy. Hollywood Brown has been traded to the Cardinals for the Ravens to move up and get their pick. We had the Saints move up once Garrett Wilson got taken, or no, once Drake London and Garrett Wilson got taken, the Saints traded up to get Chris Olave. Drake London is gone to the Falcons.
Chris Olave sound Nigerian. I'm shout out my Nigerian brother real quick.
But he's from Ohio State, so him and Garrett Wilson literally went back to back, the Ohio State tandem. Jamison Williams then went to Alabama. The Lions got him. So now it's like I said, it's been kind of crazy. Philly also got a solid D tackle in Jordan Davis. Pretty much any defender coming off of that championship line. Yeah, anybody coming off that chat. My personal favorite is Cobie Dean. If maybe
he's staying another year.
If the Cobie Dean, if we can get the, I don't care what I mean. He's probably my favorite. We got Trey McDuffie. We traded up to the Patriots to do it. And apparently we traded him the 3rd and the 4th round pick from this year to get that, as well as they get our 1st round pick, which is the 29th. We still have the 30th picks. We still have another pick tonight. But we did trade the Patriots to do that. The Packers drafted defense again and continue to disrespect Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I don't really know how to take some of that. The Commanders pick up Jahan Dotson to go opposite Terry McLaurin, but I kind of fear that that's the same situation because if there's anybody similar to Terry McLaurin in this draft, it will be Jahan Dotson. And they just drafted him. So Terry McLaurin said that he was holding out. He was showing up, but he wasn't practicing to try and get a new deal as a 2nd round wide receiver. So now it's like I said, man, this is I'll be 1,000% honest with you, man. I would have never expected most of this. Number 20 overall, Kenny Pickett, 1st quarterback drafted to the Steelers instead of Malik Willis. A lot of people saw Malik Willis as the number 1 quarterback prospect in his draft. I did myself. He had the arm strength and the playmaking ability. Kenny Pickett, Mr. Tiny Hands. He has smaller hands than Jared Goff and officially the smallest hands in the NFL, even smaller than Kyler Murray. Quay Walker out of Georgia, like I said, went to the Packers, solid pick, but Aaron Rodgers still has nobody to throw to. Sammy Watkins ain't going to cut it. We're going to see what happens. Tyler Smith, an O-lineman out of the Cowboys, they picked him up to replace the loss that they had on the O-line. And then Kyer Elam out of Florida, the cornerback. Really good corner. Actually got a chance to watch a lot of his games on local television. He's really good. He goes to the Buffalo Bills. I don't really like that a lot, considering we'll probably have to go up against them, but solid pick up on them considering Levi Wallace also departed this offseason. Right now, I believe the Ravens are on the clock with the Titans to come. We got the Bucks coming up. We have, I believe, the Packers again. We have the Patriots, and then we have the Chiefs again. So we got a couple. We got the
Bears don't get no pick.
Oh, man, I don't think, you guys don't pick until tomorrow. We got the Ravens, Titans, Bucks, Packers, another pick, Patriots for their 1st pick, Chiefs again, Bengals, and then the Vikings, which actually made a swap with the Lions earlier in this round. The Vikings have the last pick of this round. So, the Bears actually get no love.
That pick, the pick that the Vikings had has been passed. Well, man, I can't say it on your show. Anyway, it's been passed around. Because that's really the Rams pick that they traded to Detroit for Matthew Stafford, among other things. And
also, I will say that the Saints did pick up Trevor Penning, who is about 6'7", 6'8", huge O-lineman out of Northern Iowa. Exactly who needs to protect a quarterback like Jameis, so he can start throwing to Traquan Smith and Chris Olave and
my Nigerian brother.
Yes, Alvin Kamara. So New Orleans definitely, I think, handled business so far. Shout out to them. Go Saints, go. So
I was just about to say,
this is wild.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Who do you think is going to be protecting? Who do you think that quarterback is really going to be?
And oh no, they said Taysom. They said Taysom's tight end. They said he's not even. It's not even. I mean, obviously for gadget plays, and if they need him, if Jameis gets hurt, that's probably what they're gonna do. But no, they said he's tight end.
Okay.
I think they're done with that whole experiment thing, and they're gonna try to get the money out of him and really try to get the production. Tyler Lindenbaum just went center to the Ravens.
So they're gonna protect Lamar.
I forgot their longtime center, what his name was. Very, very good center, but he departed, I believe, in the last year or even this year, past year. So it's gonna be interesting. But draft is live. We'll kind of keep y'all posted on that as we go. NBA update, just real quick. The Celtics did it. They went ahead and broomed. They broomed the Nets right up out of here, man.
I did not expect that, man.
And how the game was going, wouldn't have expected it, and how the series was going, considering the others. You know what I'm saying? We knew KD and Kyrie was going to do their thing, and actually they really did in Kyrie in the first game, but the others, Bruce Brown, Seth Curry, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, that's my underdog, Seth Curry. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else really did play well. And I thought it was just funny that in the game when they were about to lose, one of my homies, he texted me, he said, man, as soon as I seen Blake Griffin come into the game and play tough ass defense, I knew that it was over. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was what we expected. I believe that this is the first time in NBA history that the team that was favored in Vegas to win the championship actually went out in the first round. To be honest, I honestly don't know how they became that. Normally, money tells the truth because people only put so much money where their mouth is when these predictions. But yeah, I think that was the first time it ever happened. So it was a very interesting situation. The Bucks finally beat the Bulls, but I believe in this most recent game they were down Alex Caruso and Zach LaVine because of COVID protocols. But as you know, the whole Bulls thing was kind of a shot in the water. Timberwolves, I believe right now, are they up 3-2? No, the Grizzlies are up 3-2.
Yes, they are. I predicted they were going to be.
Yes, you predicted that Cat and then would come through, but it's really not looking good. Ja's hitting game winners. This dunk he had, oh my God, on Beasley. This dunk he had on Beasley.
That was sick, man.
There's an angle of it on Fille's Instagram in his little voiceover. Man, ridiculous. And we ain't seen something like that in a while. There's been obviously some stuff 2018, 2015, 16, some pretty serious dunks, but that was wild. You know me.
The Suns are up 3-2 right now. I think they were playing tonight.
I just wanted to announce that we just got swept. The Pelicans.
Oh, the Pelicans lost?
Well, not swept, but they've been defeated.
Okay.
Yeah. They lost. They out of it.
Wow. I was rooting for y'all, man.
I don't know if Devin Booker played. I knew he was in
no, he didn't play the last 3 or 4 games, man.
I knew he was in warm-ups. Woj said he was expected to play, but I knew he had to stretch. But yeah, the Pels is done. Shout out to them.
What's the Celtics Bucks gonna look like if Middleton's not he's out for what they said 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2 to 3 weeks.
I mean, but all them other players been stepping up. I can't think of the kid's name. White boy that been shooting the peel off the ball, man. Play on the Bucks.
Oh, good. No. You talking about my Duke boy, Grayson Allen?
Yeah, the dude that was playing dirty in college. The turned a new leaf. You remember that? He used to get out on the calls. There was a story spinning back then about how he was a dirty player. I forgot what he was doing, but he was kind of like the Draymond. He got a bad rep right before he got drafted. But I'm glad he's doing good though now. So that's good to hear. Golden State finally finished the Nuggets off yesterday. I was up until about 1 a.m. watching that game. So I was kind of happy all of that went the way it was supposed to, but I'm really not. I hope we get Memphis. It's going to be a good matchup so I can top some more mess to Carson. But we'll see, man. If the Timberwolves come, whoever comes, man, we ready. I'm just going to say that. And I'm hopefully looking forward to the matchup between the Suns and the Warriors in the Western Finals.
The Warriors, I believe, are the favorites right now in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now that Brooklyn's
Mhm.
gone. So we gonna see, man. Your new little squad. The only thing that could probably beat them is size inside. So
Yeah.
we'll see how DeAndre Ayton, and them kind of fare with that. And then you'd have to deal with Giannis. You'd have to deal with Deadman. You'd have to, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple guys you might have to deal with, but Warriors looking good right now, man. Those years off, man. Those years off and those good picks, man. Y'all got good picks. I'm so mad, bro. Oh, man.
So with that said, the other day I saw, to just touch back on football, I saw, did we talk about the Heat? Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
I'd love to. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say, everybody want to talk about Ice Trey. I love the young brother's attitude. I love his whole, his ambition, his drive. Coming out of the Big 12, I watched a lot of Trey's career. He really is good. People call him the second coming of Steph Curry. He actually has more deep balls this year, but we know he's been injured, Steph Curry. I like him. Good pick coming to Atlanta. I don't think he'd have thrived in Dallas. I think that trade for trade actually ended up good for both franchises, unlike the whole Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning thing. But I like the roster. Bogdanovich coming from the Kings, Gallinari, you got Clint Capella, you got John Collins. On paper, everything was cool, but they was dealing with injuries. Clint Capella, John Collins, they can't compete with my team. You see, we resting starters, and we still handling it. I believe we're the deepest team in the NBA, as far as just. And I'm telling you, the good teams are going to shine through.
You think I can beat Boston?
That's my only fear, man. They're probably the only other. That's what I called it. I called it, bro. Suns, Warriors, Celtics, Heat. That's the 4 best teams in the NBA, and they will probably be the Final 4 teams.
Man, shout out to Ime Udoka, man, my Nigerian brother right there. He's been coaching the mess out of them Boston Celtics. So I just want to shout that out real quick.
Nigerian brother got drafted in the first round. Hold on. Lyman.
I mean, what do you expect, man? You know what I'm saying?
Ikem Ekwonu out of Oregon got drafted to out of NC State, got drafted to the Panthers. So they got a little protection for Sam Darnold. But yeah, Nigerian brother. He had a nice suit on with the flag pattern on it. Real nice.
Okay.
Yeah, real nice.
All right.
Really like it.
I can't wait to see that. I guess I'm gonna have to watch some football this season, huh?
Yeah, you got to watch a little something. You got to watch when the Bears got a pick. I know that.
But speaking of picks, man, I wanted to touch on Colin Kaepernick, man.
Man.
I heard his old coach give him a chance to come back and throw the ball around a little bit. And he's, they asked him some questions. Is he willing to be the backup? He said, yeah, until he can prove that he can get a starting position. And then I saw, I forget, Brandon Marshall talking about how he deserves a chance. He was getting interviewed by Carrie Champion on her show. And, they were basically just touching on how, I sent that clip to you, on how he needs to get an opportunity, man. There's too many positions out here, and he's better than most quarterbacks. I just think it's sad how they blackball the man. Part of the reason why I really haven't watched as much football as I should be. I was becoming a fan. But when you see something like that happen, man, it just puts a bad taste in your mouth, man. Yeah.
Rumor has it the Chiefs are looking at him just because he can kind of emulate some of the stuff that Pat Mahomes can do. But other than that, the brother deserves a job no matter where he's at. So yeah, good for him.
How you feel about that, Blake?
It's a hard one because my first thought is I understand why teams don't want to bring him in, and it is beyond football. At this stage of it, I look at him a lot like Tim Tebow. Although Kaepernick was a lot more successful in a short, whatever it was, 3 years.
Team to the Super Bowl.
He took a team to the Super Bowl. He did. And we could parse about would that have happened with Alex Smith or not. I don't know. But anyway, it's true. He did. He got that far. And we know looking at it, he's better than Tim Tebow. But teams didn't want to bring Tim Tebow, not only because he wasn't that good, but because he would be the story. The team wouldn't be the story. And I think what really the reality of it is, however you feel about Colin Kaepernick, whether he was right, wrong, justified, should play, or whatever, if he goes to a camp, nobody's going to be talking about anything but Colin Kaepernick. And fair or not, that's true. And I'd like to believe that it was because of what I just said, not because of why he was kneeling. But the reality is, we'll never know because there's too many of them that don't want him on the team because of why he was kneeling.
That's the only reason why I feel like if he kicked it with us, it'd be cool because he's unquestionably the number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no pressure. He's not gonna have to do nothing.
No.
And we got so much going on that I feel like it wouldn't nobody even be worried about it.
Right. The Chiefs, the Rams, the Bills.
Shit, Chicago could take him. I'll take him on that spot.
No. See, that's
not good enough.
Justin, no, see, that's what we're saying. That'll mess up a brother like
Justin. Don't give a damn. We ain't had a quarterback in how long.
Hold on.
Don't give a
We're gonna go back to. I was messing with Bola before we got started about because I just always associated him with Durant and Ken and them who were a few years older than us. I forgot he was 34 too, like I am.
Well, I'm not 34 yet. I turned 34 in
younger
July.
than I am.
Yeah.
So okay, you're younger than I am. But the point I'm making is, you just said the Bears haven't had the quarterback, and you don't know how long because you weren't born yet when they had a quarterback. I think the best quarterback they had was Jim McMahon when they won that one Super Bowl. I really think that's it. Like
Jay Cutler.
Say again?
Don't even mention his name. Don't even mention his name.
Okay.
Jay Cutler, the best they ever had. It is.
No, don't even mention that man. That man went out of
I
retirement.
didn't say that he accomplished the most. He was just the best y'all ever had.
I can't even go there. I can't give it to him.
Kyle Orton took the team to the Super Bowl. Sorta.
I can't give it to him, man.
Sorta.
I liked Kyle Orton, but no.
Jay Cutler.
All right, bro.
That was the only. Can y'all remember another? Wasn't that a straight up trade? Wasn't Denver? Didn't Denver and Chicago just be like, here, you take it?
It was something.
It was something like that.
I was happy to get him out the West. I know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with Kaepernick, like I said, we all know the reality of why he was ostracized. I mean, and I think it comes down to as simple as whether black, white, or whatever. Some people really just don't care about issues. Like they don't know, they don't show, or they don't care about what's really going down in the hood. Like some people really, and I disagree with them, but I get it because if you work a stressful job or something, you just want to watch football to get. Oh, I thought something messed up with my computer. What are you doing?
No, you good. You good.
But yeah, man, like I think some people really just, and anytime it's brought to their attention that any of these most recent police involved deaths and everything else you want to talk about, every time they hear about it, they just cover their ears because they don't want to face the reality. So Colin Kaepernick opened a lot of people's eyes to the reality, and they don't want to see it. And because, like I said, that part is 100%. But from a marketing and the team interest standpoint, yeah, somebody like Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, something like, you know what I mean? If they,
why you say Baker Mayfield's name like that?
Because, man, he's better than the people give him credit for. He's just not good enough. He's not good enough to make up for his personality. I think that's
Johnny Manziel-ness.
He's Johnny Manziel-ness. Aaron Rodgers is amazing until he plays the 49ers in the playoffs. But seriously, Aaron Rodgers is amazing all the time. So the fact that he is what he is as a person, or if he seems to be, he's flaky, whatever. He can throw 50 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So whatever. Baker Mayfield, no, he can't do that. He can't be a jerk too. Like, it's like a person. I'm not gonna say man or woman, but a person can't be unattractive and have a bad attitude. You know what I mean? If you're not attractive to most people, you got to be nice. And that's Baker Mayfield.
Oh man, this dude, man.
He just picked up Roger Goodell.
Oh, I bet he did. Yeah. Jaguars just traded the Bucks to get some inside linebacker.
The Bucks had nothing to gain by picking the first round.
I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, that's the type of stuff going on just on the side. But we'll go ahead and get these bills paid. Talk about our sponsor.
1 second.
Before we take them to church, real quick, because ain't much to be said about this word today. Brought to you by Gold Standard Farms out of Martin, Tennessee, 1941.
Wait a minute.
Gold Standard Farms LLC.
They are. Gold Standard Farms LLC is a boutique hemp farm specializing in organic hemp cultivation, seed genetics, R&D, and eco-friendly hemp-based materials.
Okay.
For more information, you can email Carson at goldstandardfarms.com.
You already
That's
know.
Karson.
Martin, Tennessee, 1941. Big facts. All right. Church, be patient with me today. This one hurts. It hurts everybody. This past Saturday, so almost a week ago now. Almost a week ago now, former Chief and current Bear, sorry, Bola, to let you know this. Super Bowl winning wide receiver and special teamer Byron Pringle arrested in Florida Saturday for doing donuts in his 2016 Hellcat with a child in the back seat while on a suspended license, and even caused a ruckus with the police after he was apprehended.
So he was being stupid.
Wild. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like briefly, because I feel like we could take a whole separate episode. We could even do like a special about this because it's this important. We have like a champion issue. Like, all of our champions, these young brothers who's getting these opportunities to make it out of what we had to deal with, it's like what they're doing with their free time and money and power and influence. It's not like, something has to be done, because it just doesn't make no sense. You've won a Super Bowl, you've been with the Chiefs. He literally had like a Matt Slater trajectory. He was the next Matt Slater. You know what I'm saying? Like, lifetime special teamer, lifetime third or fourth wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? But potentially going to the Hall of Fame because of his success, because he's probably going to be on a lot of teams that win Super Bowls. So for you to just get this new deal with the Bears, your hard work actually paid off. People recognize you for your skill. And then you get this opportunity, and then this is just what you choose to do. I believe it was child endangerment and a few other charges on top of that. And I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sit up here and compare this man to like Henry Ruggs, who is, currently serving time for his actions in a vehicle. But it just kind of becomes one of these things, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My net worth is like touching the 6 figures. And it's like, bro, I take an Uber when necessary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just, bro, I don't imagine being worth like that much, bro. There's a lot of shit on my back, bro, and I ain't even got no baby. Shout out to y'all, bro. Y'all fathers out here, bro. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff that weigh on brother's shoulders. So be like, bro, like, I could never, and I just feel for him, bro, because he's actually from the Tampa area. I know a lot of people that know him. In fact, his cousin works at the Popeyes down the street from my house, and she raves about him, and she's so proud of him. And I literally talked to her, and she's so proud of him and so happy. And for this to happen, it's just like, man, that stuff sucks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think his career is over or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, I'm not trying to compare him to, but it's of the same line, man. We got a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of issues in the culture to where like we get these opportunities and we're not doing what we need to do. Cause that's childish to me. That's foolishness. That's petty. And I'm not trying to be judgmental. I have my mistakes, but you done did too much, bro. And you did it the right way. So it was just out of nowhere.
it's not only childish, it's endangering his children, you know?
Like,
That's probably the most mind-blowing thing there, but let me let you finish your segment.
on a suspended license.
Yeah.
Like, and then you coming at the police like that's a problem. Like, bro, you see what they do.
Yeah.
Even when we don't do nothing wrong, you deliberately doing something like, bro, I could never imagine. We've been in situations personally, bro. Ain't nobody acting a fool. Like, what? You
But
might not go home.
I think what it is when you have that much clout and you have that much success and that much money, you tend to see yourself as invincible. Now you think your clout will get you out of any situation. You know, it's kind of like what happened with the Mike Vick situation, you know, which was just stupid, you know, but it was just stupid. Like, anyway.
To me, it's some of this stuff is simple. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, if you're that drunk, just get a ride. Like, if you like it,
Yeah.
some of the stuff, there's so many avenues to move autonomously, bro. Like, there's many a service. Bro, you could, like, if you did it the right way, bro, I'm pretty sure that there's no way that a cop would still, like, you could explain the situation and the cop might give you a ride home. You so famous. Like that situation with Gary
Yeah.
Pink. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, when you that famous, just you could even do something reckless, but still be like, all right, hey, look, you know who I am. Try to pull the clout. You can't flex the clout. But not everybody watched football. Not every cop watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you ain't that big. You ain't Tyreek Hill. You ain't Devontae Adams. You ain't DeAndre Hopkins. So it's like that. And that's what I'm saying is like, you know what I'm saying? All people created equal, but it's like that, the profile, you have to, when your seat on the plane is 34B, you can't sit in 34C. Unless they cool with it. But you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a good.
Your seat on the plane is your seat on the plane. And it's just like, you gotta, it really sucks because I know that's just going to hinder his progress. I don't think his career is over. I don't think that he is, you know what I'm saying? The Henry Riggs or the repeat offenders like Alden Smith or you know what I'm saying? Some of these people have come through and been like, but like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't John Jones. He ain't, but that's really, really close, bro. You just can't. And I just wish him the best, man, because I know he means a lot to the area and to some people that I know, and I know that it just really sucks. Other than that, I really do want to highlight Ari young brother who did get an opportunity tonight in this draft. I do believe that it's a very plentiful draft, the fastest wide receiver class we've seen since 2003. The most sub-4.4s ran at the combine, and I just think that it sparked it all, Bola. Wide receivers going left and right. It's Black Friday out here.
Corners too.
Corners, yeah, corner. I'm talking about edge rushers, corners, couple tackles, and wide. It's nuts out here.
Before we go, Blake, I ask everybody this that comes on the show. Real quick, who's your underdog? Whether it's football, basketball, on a team that you like. I know the Lakers ain't in the playoffs, so you can't really talk about them. But if you had to pick one player that's in the playoffs right now, basketball, who would you say is your underdog?
The underdog. The underdog. You know what? Even as well as he's been playing, I don't think Jordan Poole is that dude yet in the general public's eyes. He will be, depending on if they win. Yes, if they win, he probably about 2 shoe deals and probably get a sign a max in a couple years. But it's because now I like the Warriors. My grandma and all her sister, all my aunts love the Warriors. So that's that's all I see when I go there. So because of that, she's been tracking Jordan Poole for a long time. And yeah, man, I consider him an underdog. He's not a star yet. He's obviously playing great. He's the piece they were missing. They might go, back to being that Flash brother. So that's what I'm gonna call the underdog, even though he's on top right now.
I feel you on that. And with that said, we want to thank you for coming on today. Great episode, guys. I know we're still watching the draft.
Yep.
I'm gonna start our little outro music and we'll end it there.
If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you you go right.
Hey, well, I care for the night. Hey,
If I broke, now my business.
I'ma show you.
You go right.
Hey,
Well, I care for the night.